Prompt engineering, in simple terms, is the ability to communicate effectively with a large language model to reach a specific desired outcome. With the understanding of a few key concepts, prompt engineers are becoming highly demanded in the workforce. And in the open source community, many of these individuals are using their knowledge to build and scale entire companies. In this video, we will cover some of the core concepts in prompt engineering as well as examples. Chain of thought prompting utilizes LLM's problem-solving abilities to logically think its way through a task step by step. Using ChatGPT as an example, we can introduce a simple arithmetic problem. We're going to say Q for our question is a store had 45 oranges. A customer came in and bought some. The store now has 30 oranges. How many oranges did the customer purchase? Now we're going to dictate what we want as an answer too. So we're going to say A, think step by step. And this is going to be our chain of thought. Because we're telling the LLM or the large language model to think step by step, it's going to give us the entire chain of thought instead of simply saying 15 oranges. Chain of thought prompting is not, however, just for arithmetic and math problems. You can also use this to break down and describe the functions or the step-by-step process of any issue you're facing. That's why chain of thought is one of the most widely used prompt engineering tactics out there. Generated knowledge prompting queries the model for factual, relevant information to your input, and can be highly efficient in private LLMs that are trained for a specific purpose. Moving back to ChatGPT for our example, we are first going to prompt the LLM to generate relevant information about the input. Now let's give it the input. We're going to do input, and let's just say the planet Mars, and let's hit enter. Now you can see it generates some relevant factual information in brief summaries about the input. In this case, it was the planet Mars, but you can input absolutely anything you'd like and have it broken down in this nice bullet point manner. A private law firm, for example, may utilize generated knowledge to locate all relevant case information through an LLM familiar with their personal data. Generated knowledge prompting is a wonderful opener when communicating with an LLM, as this sets the grounds for what you're going to be talking about. You can then go in and precisely ask targeted questions about any of the bullet points, or even ask for a more brief or larger and more expansive summary. Least to most prompting breaks down a larger problem into sub-problems, solving each sequentially. Least to most prompting can be used if specific subproblem information is deemed relevant for a reference later on. Using ChatGPT, let's go ahead and input our question. Let's just say, how do I lose weight? And then for answer, let's specify that we want it to break down the subproblems. You can see once again we receive a quite expansive response. Instead of just putting these in bullet points, it gives us full explanation and a breakdown of each bullet point uniquely. The art of prompt engineering is all about building a flow to your conversation and building all of this backdata or information that you can reference with your LLM later on in the conversation. Least to most prompting is extremely helpful when trying to build out a conversation. You can see that each one of these problems, or this main problem, was broken down into easily tackled smaller subproblems. We can then go in and ask targeted questions about categories or even a specific line. We can go in and say, well, how do I do this? Or where do I do this? And you can really target in the output you'll receive. Self-refining prompts the model to not only solve a problem, but consider and implement its solution as well. Let's go ahead and say we wanted to increase the readability of a line of code or a string of code. We'll go ahead and go to ChatGPT and just say, I have some code. Could you please increase the readability? And then let's just go ahead and say code will be input. And then we'll say input is, and we'll just give it this string and hit enter. It will actually spit out a box of code that we can easily copy from right here. The beauty of self-refining prompts is we can do this endlessly. If I go back into the chat window and say, please implement the changes, it will go ahead and spit that right back out at me. We can then take this and have it modified even further, any way we want, almost instantly with a large language model. Directional stimulus prompting guides the LLM towards a desired output through user-provided cues. Back in ChatGPT, let's just say we're a content creator that needs a blog article. Let's say that also on the losing weight train, we're going to go ahead and stick with it. So let's just say, please write an article about losing weight in winter. Please use the input as targeted keywords. Now let's go ahead and give it keywords. These are going to be the SEO keywords that we would hypothetically be targeting if we were writing this blog article. Let's just say lose weight fast, lose weight in winter, and let's just say indoor workout. And then we'll go ahead and hit enter and let it generate. So here we have our article, but let's see if it actually input our keywords. We can see that one of our keywords was lose weight. So let's Control F and type in lose weight. And we can actually see that in the introductory paragraph, we have one of our keywords, and we also have it in two of our headers or our chapters. If we check another one like indoor workout, we can see that it's also mentioned in the introduction and a couple of times further down. So it is using the keywords. It's following our user-provided cues. This can be wildly helpful for content creators, marketing managers, and business owners alike. While these techniques are really simple to understand, they're only the tip of the iceberg, as things such as text-to-image and text-to-video tools are constantly evolving, as well as the base of LLMs that they're incorporated on. If you're just as interested in the pursuit of knowledge as I am, consider subscribing. The videos on your screen now will blow your mind as to the capabilities of AI and what we can use it for right now.